Okay, so just a real quick update for people interested in weather in the southeast United States and what's going on, and trying to mention a couple things that are not being mentioned right at this moment. Just getting a little bit ahead of things and thinking about the impact to Georgia as well in specific. So this is the usual model that I use for this sort of thing, and note the date. So this is the 11th. It's currently the 8th, but I'm going to say the models are really coming together. It's looking like Florida's in for a bad couple of days. Thing is, this is a really big hurricane, so look at where it is on the 11th. And what would you say? Atlanta is somewhere right around here? Well, that's 81 miles an hour sustained winds. As this continues to move forward, we're still talking over 100 mile an hour sustained. That's going to die down a little bit by the next day when it hits Atlanta, but still, I think it's worth noting that we should be prepared for bad weather. Go out and stake your trees. Something that's now that's not on the ground. On the ground, we're going to see something more like probably 40, 45 mile an hour sustained winds. That's still a lot, right? So we're up in the atmosphere looking at sort of in the clouds for these speeds. Anyway, heads up. Gas lines are already going. I saw that this morning. And so you want to get stocked up. And you want to just be prepared. We got a lot of folks up here from Florida. And all the emergency systems and traffic and everything, we're going to be taxed already. And so this could affect our ability to get around and take care of any issues that come up. So just be prepared. Jose, yeah, it's still very strong, surprisingly, actually. 81 mile an hour sustained winds, but it's moving north in the Atlantic. I don't think it's going to hit landfall. Last thing to point out, look over here to the right, way over off the coast of Africa. This, if you remember what Jose looked like, it's a pretty good standard model for what a hurricane looks like. Irma is so large, it's not very standard. But here, this was just a circulation, and here, 89 miles an hour. So by the 11th, this storm will have a name, and like the others, it's headed our way. Hard to predict right now whether it's going to hook up like Jose did. It's going to depend on what the jet stream's doing and what's happening over in the Gulf at the time. But this looks like another big storm. And it's definitely making its way across the Atlantic Ocean. So be prepared for that. That one we're talking about probably 2 weeks from today before it makes its way all the way over here. So we got plenty of time for it to make the news and that sort of thing. But again, I'm just getting out ahead of it a little bit to give you a heads up. Stay safe, everybody, and we'll be in touch.